What made my Tinder date break down crying the second she saw my face? I showed up at the restaurant 5 minutes early because I was so excited for this date. I met Lena on Tinder, and she was the first real connection I had felt with anyone from a dating app. We had been talking for a few weeks, but it felt like I had known her my whole life. She looked nervous as she walked through the restaurant door, but she was still beautiful. I stood up to hug her, but when she made eye contact with me, her face completely crumpled. She stood frozen in the doorway staring at me like she'd seen a ghost, and then she started crying. Not cute tears either, full-on sobbing in the middle of this crowded restaurant. I just stood there like an idiot because what else was I supposed to do? I tried to say hello, but she cut me off with a sob that sounded like she was choking. She sat down across from me with her hands shaking. This was supposed to be a normal first date, but I felt like I'd already ruined everything, and I didn't even know how. Without even responding, she pulled out her phone and started scrolling through photos. She kept whispering, "I can't believe this is happening," over and over while more tears streamed down her face. "Lena, please talk to me," I begged. "What's going on? What did I do?" She wouldn't answer me, just kept switching between staring at her phone and staring at my face like she was comparing something. "Look, if you want to leave, I completely understand," I said, my voice cracking with embarrassment. "I don't know what I did, but I'm really sorry." She stood up suddenly and grabbed her purse. I thought she was leaving, but she just sat back down. I was completely lost and starting to panic. "Is this some kind of prank?" I asked, looking around for hidden cameras. Because this is really messed up if it is. This had to be some sort of cruel joke. She pulled out her phone again and started texting someone frantically, and 30 seconds later her phone rang. She answered it right there at the table and said, "You need to come here right now, I'm not kidding. You need to see this." I sat there feeling like I was in some kind of nightmare. She hung up and finally looked at me with this expression I couldn't read. "I'm sorry," she said, but she didn't sound sorry. She sounded angry and scared at the same time. "You don't understand what this means." "I obviously don't understand what it means because you won't tell me what's happening," I said louder than I had meant to. She just shook her head and looked back at her phone. "Then explain it to me," I pressed. "You owe me that much after making me sit here like a dunce while everyone stares at us." She opened her mouth like she was going to say something, then closed it again and just shook her head. 15 minutes later, a woman burst through the restaurant door, spotted us immediately, and practically ran to our table. She looked at my face and her mouth fell open. Then she turned to my date and started yelling, "Are you insane? What is wrong with you? How could you do this?" She shouted, and I genuinely had no idea if I should leave or stay or call someone for help. "Excuse me, can someone please tell me what the hell is going on?" I said, my hands up in surrender. She stood up and grabbed her friend's arm, pulling her back down into a chair. "Look at him," she said, her voice shaking. "Just look at his face and tell me I'm crazy." Her friend stared at me hard, and all the anger drained out of her expression. She went completely pale. Lena pulled up a photo on her phone and held it next to my actual face. Her friend gasped. "Oh my God," she whispered. "It's him." Lena turned the phone toward me, and I finally saw what they were seeing. The person in the photo could have been my twin. Same face shape, same eyes, same everything. "This is my brother," Lena said, her voice breaking on the last word. "He disappeared 5 years ago, and we never found him. When I saw your profile pictures, I thought someone was catfishing me using his photos. I thought you were some sick person pretending to be him." She was crying again, softer this time. I pulled out my driver's license with shaking hands and showed her my name, my birth date, proof that I was who I said I was. She stared at it for a long time, letting the realization slowly sink in that I was not her long-lost brother. She scrolled for what seemed like hours. Then finally she looked up at me and said, "I'm so sorry. I'm sure you're a great guy. I know this isn't your fault, but I can't date someone who has my brother's face."